Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Aurora. I haven't talked about them for a while. I'm totally in the red on this one. Ticker ACB. Used to be ACBFF. I've been covering it that long. But as you can see, they're down over 76% in the past year. In the past 3 months, they're up actually 16%. Here in the past month, down over 15%. Here in the last week, maybe they'll get up 1%, currently at 0.76, so they were up and down. Otherwise, they would have been up a whole point. But then here's a look at today. So in the green as well, trading kind of flat, 152, ran up to 157, so a little bit of a play in there. But this is an MJ stock, so if you're not familiar with this one, go ahead and pause and go over that information. This was founded in 2006. Market cap of $403.32 million. High today of $1.58. Low of $1.49. 52-week high of $8.69 and a low of $1.21. Average volume of 8.52 million and volume here today at 2.53. Our analyst ratings on this one is a 64% hold. And here's a look at their next earnings coming up on the 20th, so just next week. Here's their reverse split, so this put me in the red even more. So as you can see, I had 120 shares, and then I had 10, so I still have them. It's just in a different brokerage. Everything was transferred out of here, but I haven't really looked or even bought any more of Aurora in quite some time. I should get some just to lower my cost basis, but I'm so far in the red on this one. I have just stayed away and put my money into High Tide, so which I just did a video on, so you can find that in the description as well as a new one on Sundial. But Aurora and other market operators just made some key executive changes you should know about, and this was just out a couple days ago on the 9th. So the CEO, investors, and leaders in the MJ industry will soon convene at the Benzinga MJ Capital Conference on September 14th in Chicago. In the meantime, which is actually already over. So kind of older information, so we're just going to scroll through this, but they were there, so if you have any information or if you attended that, you can list that in the comments as well. Moving on here, over here on Microsoft Bing, currently showing it as a hold, currently at $1.53. Set to announce earnings on Tuesday. So they will get a rating. We'll be announcing its earnings results after the market close on Tuesday, September 20th. Analysts expect the company to announce earnings of 16 cents per share per the quarter. Opened at $2.11 on Tuesday. It has a one-year low of $1.56 and a one-year high of $10.87. And those quotes look like they're in Canadian, so analysts are ratings changes from a sell to a hold, so that's a positive. I've been holding this one, and I'm not about to sell. I'm so far in the red. I think one account after the split, I think my cost basis is like $50, I believe I saw. So I try not to look at it. So Aurora, this was one of my favorite ones, and then it switched to Aphria, which became Tilray, so it's kind of a toss-up between Tilray and High Tide on my favorites now. So High Tide's about the only one that I've been buying. So Aurora is set to announce earnings on Tuesday and set on the 20th. Analysts expect the company to announce earnings of 16 cents per share for the quarter. So moving on here, I already went over that information. You should look at the stock forecast for Aurora, ticker ACB, and this is also dated on the 12th. A recent session, 2.78 million shares of Aurora have been traded, and its beta is 2.98. Most recently, the company's share price was $1.57, changed around 1 cent or 0.32% from the last close. which brings the market valuation of the company to $441.11 million. ACB at the last check was trading at a discount to its 52-week high of $8.69, offering almost 453.5% off of that amount. So, exactly. The shares price 52-week low was $1.21. Should have bought 100 or so shares. That would have knocked down my cost basis, but I didn't do the math, so it didn't see how much it would actually knock down, or else I'd be further in the red. So, but you can leave your cost basis in the comments, but I'm continuing to hold this one, so it'll be a long-term hold, definitely, unless it gets down to $1, and then I'll buy a bunch of it and see what happens at that point in time. But I don't, well, who knows, it could go back to $1, but I don't really foresee it. But company shares are currently down minus 71.16 for the year to date, but still up 4% over the last 5 days. So this one's been kind of all over the place. Aurora, a brand new prospect for investors, and this also came out on the 12th. So at the end of the session was valued at $1.56. In the particular session, stocks kicked off the price at $1.53 while reaching the peak value of $1.62. So this one had a lot going for it. I haven't followed it that closely. I used to follow it really closely, but it just hasn't proved itself to me. So kind of like Sundial, but I just did a video on Sundial, probably the most positive video on Sundial I've done in months or maybe all year long. So they finally have some good catalysts to project them forward. So, but you can see ACB's full year performance down over 77%. So just as I pointed out earlier. And not much else going on in there. Over here on StockTwits, currently at $1.53, low of $1.21, high of $8.69. Aurora hyperactively responds to market trends. Where are we paying to be trading room? But like I said, if you have ACB, it used to be one of my favorites, and then they did the reverse split, and then it just kept going down. So that's awesome. High Tide wiping out Canopy, Aurora, short sellers, and so on. That's pretty sweet. That's funny, even more funny, because I just did a video on High Tide. And did one on Sundial. Might look into doing on Tilray. It's down. High Tide. And probably due for one on Hexo. It's still at the 20-cent range. So that one is probably the next one, getting close to being delisted. So over here on MSN Money, currently at $1.52 with a hold rating and an upside to 341. So that's all that I have on ACB. If you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost bases, any other information you have on Aurora. If there's any other favorite MJ stocks out there you want me to take a look at and make a video, I'd be happy to do that as well. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.